YouTube, what's going on, y'all? It's Pick Saber here, and welcome to another video. Really quickly, before I get into today's video topic, I want to remind you, if you're new here, go check out my introductory video where I go into detail about what type of content to expect on the channel. So yesterday, the AP poll dropped their preseason top 25. I shared a post on X saying that there was a team that I had projected to win less than 8 games who would end up in the top 10. Lo and behold, the media is right back at it again, doing what they do best, overrating teams in the month of August. Although they didn't crack the top 10 as I expected, LSU will begin the year just outside the top 10 at number 11. As I touched on in a previous video, we see this every year in college football. Teams are highly ranked in the preseason AP poll with very high expectations just to find themselves outside of the top 25 entirely by the end of the season. LSU is no stranger to this, as they have done this 5 times over the last 25 years, including 4 separate times during the college football playoff era. Despite the fact that LSU has averaged roughly 8 wins per season and made the CFP only once during this time span, the media continues to treat this team like a bona fide championship contender year after year, spreading narratives that LSU is positioned to dominate the SEC landscape and compete for a national championship. We even seen this during Brian Kelly's tenure at LSU. And while I will grant you that Lane Kiffin is a much better coach compared to Brian Kelly, let's not forget about the impressive coaching resume that Brian Kelly had before taking the LSU job. I mean, Brian Kelly was considered by many to be a quality head football coach, and his lack of success in Baton Rouge has really tarnished his image since then. I just really don't believe that LSU has earned the benefit of the doubt to be ranked just outside the top 10 and given expectations to compete for a national championship in year 1 under Lane Kiffin. But yet the media won't shy away from trying to paint a narrative that the expectation level should be national championship or bust for LSU in 2026. I just really don't understand where this expectation comes from. There's only a few programs in college football who should operate under a national championship or bust standard. LSU as a football program hasn't earned that standard, and Lane Kiffin hasn't earned that standard. Although I do respect Lane as a head coach and an offensive play caller, he's not necessarily a big game coach, as demonstrated by his poor overall record of 15-27 versus top 25 opponents throughout his career, including 12-11 versus top 25 opponents during his Ole Miss tenure. While the past is not necessarily predictive of the future, this is a cause for concern. And let's not try to downplay how important that is, as failing to get over the hump against top-tier competition can be the ultimate downfall of any coach at a school like LSU. Don't believe me? Just ask James Franklin, or better yet, just ask Brian Kelly. Not to mention, Sam Levitt also missed spring camp due to a foot injury. Lane Kiffin's offense is complex and relies heavily on precise timing and quick decision making. Because he was sidelined on crutches for the entirety of spring ball, he missed crucial months of live repetition installation, forcing him to learn the system through meetings and walkthroughs rather than full speed execution. LSU's roster also features an extreme influx of portal talent, meaning Levitt is thrown to an entirely new group of pass catchers. Missing spring prevented the necessary chemistry building window between the quarterback and his wide receivers, leading to occasional timing and deep ball inconsistencies as they try to rush that development during fall camp. Now, it has been reported that LSU has spent upwards of $40+ million on this roster, but that really doesn't move the needle for me, as I'm just not sold that Lane Kiffin can just up and leave what he built in Oxford, go to Baton Rouge, throw $40 million worth of shit at the wall to see if it sticks and go compete for a championship. Transitioning from one SEC program to another, trying to create a new culture, installing complex offensive and defensive schemes to a brand new roster while dealing with external expectations from fans, media, and administrative tops is just way too much to ask, in my opinion. Which is why I bet LSU to miss the CFP and also played the under 8.5 wins at -115, as I project LSU at 7.8 wins. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, as I will be bringing more college football videos just like this. But until then, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Big Saban, clocking out.